Harley, do you think a woman wrestler could ever be the centerpiece of a wrestling promotion and have the company built around them?
No. In, I want to say the ladies' heyday was probably the 50s, the 60s, and maybe into the early 70s. And I'm not, this is no knock to them, period. There was a lot of talented girls in the wrestling business. But to centerpiece it, the guy that, and again, the word came out, the guy that pays the bills is not going to go along with that.
When I broke in the business, there were some very great looking ladies and good in the ring. I remember Nellie Stewart, I don't know if you remember her, a good looking girl, and there was a whole bunch of them, and I thought they were terrific. But as far as being the main attraction on a regular basis, in my opinion, it would never work.
Mm.
You know, they used to have girl wrestlers come in, just like the midget. They'd bring them in now and then,
right.
but you couldn't even bring them on too often, because if you brought them around too often, they didn't mean anything.
Bruno, what is the worst thing to happen to pro wrestling that if you could prevent from ever happening, you would go back in time and change?
Have Vince McMahon have him out. Don't ever allow him ever to get in. That would have been the salvation.
This is
Because
Junior?
that was the ruination when he came in. Yeah, I'm talking about Junior. Yeah, because, listen, when he came into power, I know I got when he contacted me, because I had been retired now for, I forget, 3-4 years, somewhere around there I was retired. And when he contacted me, because his dad had passed on, and he said that to come back as a color commentator, and that, who better than me, been around so long with that. And I believed it, and I came and I saw drastic changes. Well, I saw Harley followed later on, and I think if he disagrees with me, that's fine. But what I saw, I thought it was ugly, because the steroid thing. Not that there had never any use of steroids. I remember in the late '60s, I heard. I didn't even know what the heck the darn things were. Steroids. I really didn't. The first time I ever heard about them, I asked a friend of mine at a gym where I trained called the Mid-City Health Club. His name's Tom Minicello. I says, "Tommy, what's a steroid?" And he explained to me what they were. Anyway, then we found out that there was a few wrestlers, as far as I knew, that were on them. Few. When I was gone after I retired, by this time the number had grown. There's no question about that. But because Dr. Zaharian, was around. But when I came back after those 4 years, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, it seemed like it wasn't just a few, and that disturbed me tremendously, because after Rick McGraw passed away, I was pretty vocal about it, and I said, this is only the beginning if this isn't stopped, if somebody doesn't take some serious steps over here. Anyway, I felt that's when it got totally out of control. And as far as wrestling itself, okay, they started all this new stuff. There's a lot of positive things. For example, in my day, we never had merchandising. God, that would have helped us out as far as financing. Because in our day, none of us made anything to resemble what guys made later on. Okay, that's a fact. But we didn't have pay-per-view. Those things are all good stuff. But what we did have, we had something that you wouldn't be ashamed to take your kids to. There was no vulgarity, no profanity, no nudity like it became. They started doing some. There's McMahon with his Kiss My Butt Club. I mean, all this kind of stuff that for me was in a business, and I'm sure I think Harley and others were raised. We were proud to be in this business. We loved this business. And to see what it has become, for me, speaking for myself, is very painful, and that's why I choose not to watch, and I haven't watched it for many, many years. That was the ruination of professional wrestling when Vince McMahon Jr. took it over. That's my opinion.
Harley, worst thing happened to pro wrestling that if you could prevent from ever happening, you would go back in time and change.
I think he pretty well said it.
Alrighty.